Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, which are the sincere sisters, and shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathen. Now this lesson is going to be basically an update on those wildfires in France and Spain. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read some of this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says France wildfires may not be out for months, authorities warn, as flames rage near Madrid and Bordeaux. It says firefighters are battling wildfires close to the cities of Bordeaux and Madrid. France says the fires are far from over and could burn for months, while Spanish authorities say more than 100,000 square miles of land in Madrid have been affected as exhausted evacuees await a return home. The wildfires raging in France are so intense they have created fire clouds, a never-before-seen phenomenon, authorities said. Temperatures will climb to above-average highs across fire-ravaged areas of France and Spain over the next week, with no signs of rainfall in sight. The wildfires are the most painful expression of the climate emergency, Spain's prime minister says. An abnormally wet winter in Europe, with long-lasting rain and frequent storms, is likely a factor in their spread. Yeah, but ultimately, this is the wrath of the Heavenly Father being poured out upon these wicked heathens. Isaiah 48:22. There is no peace, saith the Lord, unto the wicked. And that's right. That's why they said that those fires could be burning for months. So those people are not going to have peace. They're just going to have to deal with those fires. And a lot of people are probably going to lose their home. You know, they're awaiting a time to return, but there may be nothing worth returning to or returning for. See, this is just signs of the Lord punishing these heathens, bringing judgment upon them. Psalm 79:6. Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdoms that have not called upon thy name. And they're not calling upon the name of the Lord in France and in Spain. I mean, maybe there are some Israelites amongst those people who know about this truth and are, in fact, calling upon the names of the Lord. But for the most part, those people are wicked, and they're heathens, and the Lord is angry with them, and he's against them. And he's going to continue to bring painful, intense, destructive, deadly judgments upon them. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And that's exactly what these wildfires are. They're flames of devouring fire. They just sweep through and destroy everything they come in contact with. Whether it's grass, whether it's farmland and farm animals, whether it's homes, whether it's people, whether it's cars, they just consume and destroy. Because that's what they were created to do. And the fact that they said that these fires can be burning for months is just proof that Esau is not in control. He can't stop these fires. It's up to the Heavenly Father to determine when these fires are going to stop. When he's going to allow these fires to be put out. 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And when you look up the definition of perilous, it means full of danger or risk. It means dangerous, hazardous, unsafe. And there's no way that you can take a look at what's going on all over the world. The fires, the storms, the tempests, the earthquakes, the wars. The economic issues that are happening. And then sit there and say that we're not in the last days. The Lord is bringing so many great miseries and calamities and judgment upon this earth. And it's just going to intensify upon all of these wicked kingdoms, upon all of these wicked people. See, all these people that thought that all the wickedness and all the folly and all the nonsense that they were doing was just going unnoticed by the Lord. Well, the Lord is showing them that He always sees what's going on. And He does not approve of the wickedness that's happening. And He is angry. And because these wicked people don't care, they're going to suffer. And the men of the Lord, starting of course with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, they have been warning people through these lessons, and especially out there on them highways and hedges for decades, at least in regards to the apostles. But people don't want to listen. People want to scoff and scorn. People want to live in delusion and in ignorance. You see, when you are really paying attention to what's going on, there's nothing to be happy about, if you don't have the Spirit of the Lord on you, because obviously if you have the Spirit of the Lord on you, then you're happy to see all this destruction, because that means that the Lord is visiting this place. He's visiting this world which He made, and He's bringing judgment upon our enemies. But when you're a 2/3, or you're just one of these heathens that the Lord is not dealing with, seeing all this destruction makes you sad. That's why people, they don't want to watch the news. All they want to do is watch folly and, go on vacation and go to the club and go to the bar, because the reality is very sad. All of this destruction, all of the death, all of the chaos, all of the misery. You focus on it too long and it will put you in a very depressed mindset. And these people, they don't have the comfort of the scriptures to keep them going. So they'll drink themselves to death or take some hard drugs and overdose. Or they'll lose their mind and go on a spree and just start wiping other people out. And because people don't want to do that, they just try to ignore what's happening in the world around them. But it's happening so frequently, and it's so intense that you can't escape it. It's too clear-cut and in your face. The Lord is not allowing these people to just block it out and act like it's not happening. The Lord is bringing that judgment right to their doorstep and forcing them to face it. All the good times, those are going out the window. The good times have came and went. And they're being replaced with suffering and sorrow and misery and mourning and weeping for these wicked people anyway. And that's what they deserve, because they've provoked the Lord unto wrath. And now this is their punishment. And it's nowhere near as bad as it's going to get. The Lord has so much more destruction and death and punishment and misery for these people. And they deserve every bit of it. So what's currently happening out there in France and in Spain with these fires, that's just touching the surface of what the Lord is going to do to these people. And those of us of the hopeful elect who understand that these people are our enemies, we love to see them getting what they deserve. And we just pray that the Lord continues to protect all the sincere brothers and sisters, including the ones of the scattered, who are amongst these heathens and look like these heathens. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to our brothers who are firmly preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, which are the sincere sisters, and shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathens and look like these heathens. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up in Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord's will. Till next time, shalom.